Peter, so we saw the number of new cases falling over the weekend. So why did South Korea have to extend the measures?
Yes, indeed. The weekend numbers did drop significantly, but that's because of fewer people getting tested. And so it was not really a good reflection of the virus trend. The Korean government is more concerned with the cluster outbreaks at dormitory-style cram schools, where hundreds of teenagers literally camp in a building for weeks at a time. Those outbreaks have been pretty disappointing since the number of the daily new cases were actually dropping, and it seemed like the country was able to contain the latest third wave, as they call it. It peaked at 1,200 in late December, and then it fell to below 400, but then it spiked up again because of the cluster outbreaks up to 600 or nearly 600 last week. And of course, as you mentioned, the Lunar New Year is coming up, and that's a huge worry for them as well, mainly because, families are traveling and getting together, et cetera, and of course, that's raising the risk of another surge. So I think with those factors, the government decided to keep the social distancing measures in place.
Peter, globally, South Korea has been held up as being kind of the model for being able to successfully manage the virus. It's contained 2 prior major surges. So what's been so challenging about the latest wave?
Yeah, so this is the winter wave that globally everybody has been fearful of, and South Korea is not immune to that. What's been particularly difficult for South Korea was, unlike the prior 2 waves, which were pretty much centered around certain city or a certain group of activities, like a major church outbreak. This one is all over the place, and I think it's just reflective of what's going on globally, and because it's so widespread, both geographically and demographically, it's been very difficult to contain.